In this video, we're going to talk about Google Ads mobile versus desktop performance, how to analyze the performance in your own ads and determine what's performing best and make some optimizations. So we have an account pulled up here, and the first thing I do when I'm adjusting performance for device or any other similar things like demographics and whatnot, I like to have as much data as possible. So I'll put this to basically when the ad started running. So that would be back in June of 2022. And from there, we'll be able to see the most data possible to optimize from. So once I have the date range, I think the easiest thing to do is probably just to set it to all time here. And then you'll be able to see the whole history of your account. But there's $35,000 that have been spent in here. How many clicks have we gotten? 5,000 clicks. So from 5,000 clicks, you're going to get some pretty statistically significant data, meaning you have a large enough data set to be able to determine what's actually happening. The thing you don't want to do is try to determine your desktop versus mobile performance with only like 50 clicks, right? Because you just don't have enough user data yet to determine exactly what's going on. Once you have enough data in here, let's say 1,000 clicks, 500 clicks, somewhere in there, then we can scroll down. First, I'll choose the campaign that I want to check out. Then I'll go to the overview here, and then I'll scroll down, and we should find a panel that looks like this that says device. This is going to give us an overview of what's happening with the breakdown of the performance by device. And we can change these by default set to cost, clicks, conversions. Actually, I think it's like impressions, click-through rate, and something else by default. But we can start looking at, first of all, we want to see where the distribution of spend is. That's important. And then we also want to see the conversions, which we have right here. But I also like to look at the cost per conversion. Now, there's other ways to look at this. So if you like looking at graphs, you can use this and change this around. This might help you see better what exactly is happening. But if you click on this button here, or if you just navigate over to the devices section right here, then you'll see a page that looks like this where you can see a full breakdown. You can even customize the columns to set whatever data you want to be able to see in here based on the device, right? So we can see mobile phones, computers, tablets. The other one is going to be in more graph format, but it's only going to give us specific, we can only see a couple data points at a time. This one, we can compare basically all the data at once. So we can see that a majority of the clicks are coming from mobile phones. Almost none from tablets. That makes sense because most of the impressions are on mobile. The click-through rate is about the same on mobile and computers. Same with the cost per click. Obviously, the spend is going to be different, but the conversion rates are almost identical. Tablets usually going to be performing, well, they're usually just not going to get as much action unless you're maybe using like a mobile app, selling a mobile app or something like that. But typically, you're just not going to get a lot of action on tablets. So the two you'll focus on most are going to be computers and mobile phones. That's where most people spend their time online. And here, they're basically tied in terms of the conversion rate. However, the cost per conversion is a bit more on computers. But this isn't the whole story. We may want to see the value of the conversions. So especially if you're an e-commerce store, you would want to make sure that you're determining which device is bringing you the highest return from your ad spend, right? Which device type is causing people to spend the most money on your store for the least investment into your ads, is another way of saying that. It's a little bit more difficult to track that with somebody who's generating leads, which is what this client does. This is a lead generation campaign. So for this one, what we're more concerned about is the cost per lead, at least initially, until we can track the closing rate of those leads and all that other stuff, right? So once we know this data, And let's say we figure out that computers are, theoretically, let's say computers are twice as expensive for the cost per conversion than mobile phones. In that case, we might want to make a bid adjustment to the mobile phones and drive the bid up a little bit to get some more conversions, which might drive the cost per conversion up a little bit, but it's still going to be considerably lower than what we're seeing on computers. So we could increase this one. We could also decrease the bid adjustment. And essentially what the bid adjustment is going to do is it's going to increase the amount that you're willing to spend on each click. So it's going to bid more aggressively to try to get you more clicks and more conversions and all the rest. That's if you increase the bid adjustment. If you decrease the bid adjustment, it's not going to be willing to bid as much on each individual click for that device type, right? So that's your main way of optimizing and adjusting what's going on with the specific device type, who your ads are being shown to, etc. So I hope you found this helpful. If there's anything you did have questions about in terms of, mobile versus desktop performance or anything like that, don't hesitate to reach out. You can just drop your questions in the comment section down below, and I'll be sure to get back to them there.
Look, if you're the type of person that just doesn't even want to deal with Google Ads anymore, then you can always reach out to me. My company is Missoula SEO Geek. I'll leave a link to my website down below, but we do manage Google Ads for different companies in different industries, and you can come learn about what we do, what makes us unique. You can even read some of the testimonials from some businesses that we've taken from 0 to over $1 million in revenue, like this one here. And really just see that, this is the type of thing that's going to explode your business growth. So feel free to reach out. You can always give us a call or contact us through our website, and look forward to working with you.